Good morning, good afternoon, guys. So for today's lesson, we're going to be looking at dividing polynomials. And in the videos from Pearson, from my homie girl Elaine, she's going to show you how to do that, but you need some background and you need to remember how to work with exponents. So let me give you guys some notes here before you start the notes to fill in your sheets. Some rules of exponents. Okay, specifically, you need to know how to divide exponents. So let's say you have x to the power of 3 divided by x to the power of 2. The first thing we need to make sure is that the base, or in this case the x, are the same. Okay, and if they are, then you can divide. And the way we do that is we got to take the same base, x, and then we subtract. Let me get a different color here. This one. Then we subtract the exponents. So you take 3 minus 2, same base, and 3 minus 2 is 1, so your answer is just x. Okay. Let me show you a few more examples. Let's say you have a to the power of 6 divided by a to the power of 4. Okay, remember the rule. We keep the same base, subtract the exponents, and our answer is a to the second power. Okay. In the example, you're going to see, in the notes, let me put this as number 1, number 2, number 3. In the notes section, you're going to see some more complicated examples like x. Well, maybe. I'm not sure. You might see these. Let's change this to x. Okay. These technically are the same base. Okay, x and y, but they have different exponents. So you can treat them the same. X 3 minus 1. Here is a, remember, if we don't have an exponent, we assume there's a 1 there. And then you have y 2 minus 1. And your final answer is x to the power of 2, y power of 1, which we just leave as y. Okay, I'll write it there so you see it, but we don't usually write the 1, we just leave it blank. Okay. If you ever get a case where you get this, let's say x to the power of 2 divided by x to the power of 3, you get x 2 minus 3 gives you a negative, right? So you have x to the negative 1, which is technically correct, but we don't like to have negatives in the exponent, so we rewrite that as 1 divided by x to the power of 1. Okay. Anytime we have a negative exponent, I don't know if I'm going to give you examples like this, but it's just for your background knowledge. We convert it, and we always write it as the number 1 divided by the same base, and you just change the sign of that to whatever this is, you change it to a positive. Okay. So you'll definitely need that for today's notes. This is what you need to remember. When you're dividing by exponents, you keep the same base. Let me write it up here. Keep the same base. Write this in your notebook, please. Subtract the bottom or the new denominator, the exponent. Okay, hold on. So it's base numerator minus denominator. Let me write that in a different color. Same base, numerator minus denominator, which is the same as the top minus the bottom. Okay, and then that's it. Okay, let me know if you have questions. Obviously, I'm always available in class.
Good morning, teachers and students. A reminder that bells are silent today.